Hello, Lancers. Ms. Johnson here again. I'd like to take a few moments to go over the American Literature Timeline with you. So far, you should have watched two other videos, the Welcome to English 3 video and the video that covers the syllabus. So moving on to the timeline, hopping back into Google Classroom, have posting all of these videos here on the welcome message so that you can hop in and see what's going on right away. As I mentioned in my last video about the syllabus, in order to find the American Literature Timeline digitally, you're going to head over to the classwork page. And right here on the first day of school header, you're going to find that American Literature Timeline. So if you go ahead and click on that, mine's been really slow for me. Click on that, you're going to get a drop-down window. Just to show you, it's right here. So you can click on that timeline and then this document will pop up. All right, American Literature Timeline. This is super important to basically everything we do in this classroom. It breaks down our whole semester into 2-week chunks. In the welcome video, I believe I mentioned that this is a survey course. We're going to be exploring American literature, starting with the Native Americans all the way up until now. And we'll spend 2 weeks in each unit. So as you can see here, we have a list of the famous authors and works from each time period. You'll notice we've got a couple of videos we're going to check out, and then a bunch of other reading selections that can be found in our textbook. Our page numbers will be found right here for those. Each time period has specific characteristics that help us identify the literature from that time period, and those period characteristics are listed here. So if we look at this, we'll know that Native American literature used stories to teach moral lessons. They used their stories to convey practical information about the natural world. They had a deep respect for nature and animals. You'll find that the number 4 is sacred. You'll see a lot of 4s popping up, whether it's the directions, seasons, those sorts of things, or even just the number itself. Colors in many of the nations, they have 4 special colors. Native American literature is an oral tradition, meaning it's passed down by word of mouth. So that's the first one we're going to start with. You'll be able to get started on that today or tomorrow, depending on, if you're able to watch these videos. And with each unit, I mentioned in the welcome video, we'll start with a lecture. I'll have that, it's posted for you as well. You'll be able to start watching that in the next day or so. So we start with a lecture, then we start getting into the actual texts, which would be these. And then each unit, each 2-week unit is culminated with some sort of project and a test. So your project for this unit will be creating a creation myth of your own and reflecting on how it's similar or different to the various creation myths that you're going to read in this unit. And then down here in the lower corner, you can see that covers, it tells you when we're going to do that, so weeks 1 through 2. All right, so if you just go down the list, you'll see all the things. We've got, Puritan literature, rational literature, romantic literature, transcendental literature. This one's a fun one. You'll get to make a tiny house. If you look around the room, you'll see some tiny houses built or drawn up on the bookshelf behind my desk. You'll be doing something like that. Some students have even made their tiny house with Minecraft, so if that's something that interests you, you can do that. We've got realism and naturalism literature, modernism, you get to write a sonnet in that unit, that's going to be great. Postmodern literature, and then contemporary, and that will finish out our semester. So that's the scoop for the American Literature Timeline. Thanks for bearing with me, and I'll see you in the next video.